I see a whole lot of people talking about the political world and different stuff like this. And I just want to say, and this ain't a political video, but I do just want to say this. I don't see what it is. Like, is it because y'all live in blue states that is that bad? Because y'all sitting on here talking about, oh, these last 8 months just been hell, blah, blah, blah. My life has not changed at all in these last 8 months. I ain't lost no rights. I just filled up my truck a couple days ago for $2.49 a gallon. I just went and got a bunch of groceries for the house the other day. That was like $90. Like, bro, my life has not, like, nothing bad has happened in my life. And so that's what I'm wondering. Is it more of like the blue states that this type of stuff is going on in? And maybe does it got something to do with the policies going on in these liberal democratic states? Like, even the school my son goes to, bruh, whenever his mom drops him off every morning, there is an armed police officer at every single building where them kids go that stay there on duty all day long, bruh. You see what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's a different world living in like a more southern red state and living in them blue states. And I think that's got a lot to do with it, bro. I think people that live in blue states, I just don't think, I don't know what it is, bro, but I just know that. And I'm not saying everything Donald Trump did just the best, and I'm just saying, bro, it dang sure ain't nothing like y'all trying to make it seem. Y'all trying to make it seem like this has just been the end of the world these last 8 months, bro. Nothing in my life has changed at all. And so that's really what I'm trying to figure out. What is so bad about what states y'all are living in? Or is this more just the stuff y'all making up in y'all head, bro? Like, or are y'all coming up with stuff that you think is bad just because you don't like Donald Trump, and so you saying it's bad when in reality it's like, nigga, that is.
That's what it is. They don't like Trump, and so even though he's doing things that actually benefit them, like removing illegal migrants out of apartments that have been hidden and taken over inside of Chicago, even though the people have been calling about this for a long time, and he's actually in the hood doing the things that's best for the people, like stopping the murders and finding children over in Memphis and all of the guns that's being removed from the street and keeping DC safe. And so primarily in communities that are blue or liberal, because one thing that he's saying that also is applicable to communities that are in blue states. So I'll give you an example. If you go over to California, a lot of California, if not most geographically, actually voted for Trump. It was red. But it's in the most liberal spaces like Los Angeles that it actually voted blue. So they're experiencing, the people that are in these rural communities, the similar piece that you're experiencing, while at the same time he's doing the things that he promises. And so it's always promises made, promises kept. But only thing that I can think of that I can see people that are, changing is that they actually making your community safer. Other than that, I don't know what people are complaining about that their life has changed so dramatically and significantly over the last 8 months, because it really hasn't.
It really ain't bad, bro. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Dude, the only thing I can't stand about liberals is the fact that they always say it's not about race until they meet a black conservative, and then it's 100% about race. It's, oh my God, how could you go against your race and be in that party and blah, 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 blah. You just sat here and screamed about systemic oppression and systemic racism and all this thing that's been going on for centuries and centuries and centuries, and yet you think the solution is for all the black people and brown people to be in one party and for all of the white people to be in another party? That literally doesn't make any sense. What I'm still confused about is how y'all are still sitting over there pledging your allegiance to a party that would literally give anything to an illegal immigrant over your black ass, bro.
You know what the worst part about that is that there are no conservatives, people that identify, right? Because a lot of people are conservative in the way that they live their life. They just don't like Trump, right? And so there are no, when I'm saying conservative, I'm speaking figuratively, people that identify as conservative or people that are Republican that black Democrats and liberals, most of which don't even vote, actually like about Republicans. When they go on the attack, because let's be clear, attacking a black conservative is one of the most popular things that liberals can do. And it's not because you're wrong, it's because they don't like the fact that you are black and you are voting conservative and or Republican, or that you actually have voted for Trump. And so there are a lot of closet Trump supporters that actually align with what it is that he stands for and or all the other conservatives, because he's not the only person that affects what you do on a daily basis. Locally, you are more affected by what happens, and the people in Chicago can tell you that. Locally, you are more affected than you are federally on a national scale. When people don't even participate on a local election or on a local level, you usually see voter turnout rate less than 20%, less than 16%, sometimes less than 10%, depending on what, you know, where you are in the country, right, or what city that you're in. And so they don't vote, they don't show up to the polls in mass. And they believe that everybody is supposed to be on one side, which actually hurts you more than helps you. But they can't identify anybody that is a Republican that they rock with or agree with. You have to be a part of the cult. I like to say the cult on the left. You got to be a part of the cult in order for them to like you and or accept you. Otherwise, they're going to call you out of your name. They're going to call you a coon. They're going to call you all of this other stuff. And it's because you actually stand up for values and you don't judge people based off of the color of their skin. You judge them based off of what it is that they do. Regardless of whether you agree with them or not, that's what you would judge them off of, right? And so what you'll also see is it doesn't matter if you are a law-abiding citizen, if you help your community, if you live, work, and play, if you pay your taxes, it doesn't matter how many people you give jobs to, who you marry, what your children look like. I find that the hypocritical part of it is that even though they are some of the most racist people that I've ever seen in my entire life, I'm talking about liberal black people and white people, because white people ain't doing nothing to help black people that are liberal, even though they stand against you, they're the ones that overwhelmingly passport bros, love snow bunnies, do the worst to their community, ain't never provided a job for anybody, don't have anything to contribute to society, which is probably one of the reasons why they don't feel compelled to vote. But they will go off on you and hold you accountable for where you stand on the spectrum as far as if you believe that our country should be conservative or liberal. I find it interesting.
Anybody that's telling you that ICE or the National Guard or whoever Donald Trump send into your city are specifically coming for black people, you need to never listen to them ever in your life again. Ever. They want y'all to believe that Donald Trump is sending in the military, ICE, to come get you. But we're American. So what do we got to worry about? Not only that, we have creators on this app saying that they're coming for us. Let me tell you something. That building that they raided was a Trende de Agua building. Point blank period. Yes, there were black people that lived in that building, but the majority of the people in that building were Trende de Agua. They got 37 of them, right?
And you know what the funny part about that is that black people have been complaining and calling on them, but the calls had fell on deaf ears because they were only talking to the local politicians and police who wouldn't help them. And those are the people that dumped them over into their area in the first place and defended them.
37 members of that gang. Yes, were some black people detained for a hot second and they got let go. What are we talking about? I done seen video after video of black people saying that they sent the troops for them. What is wrong with y'all? See, you guys are paid
It's
actors.
called Victim Olympics, bro. They want to be victims. They want to be under duress. This is why I say that people are running in the Victim Olympics and they trying to get first place. They not even checking for you. They actually trying to help you in your community. And the mayor that you got in there is the person that helped dump them into your community. And you going against Trump instead of going against the person that's holding y'all hostage in y'all own city.
Y'all want to rile up the black people so that the black people can be put on the front line to push another agenda that's not going to benefit us. Fighting for immigrants does not help black Americans in any way. That's not our problem. We're American. That's the part that y'all keep forgetting. Y'all hate white people so much that you forget that you're American too. You don't have to worry about that. Being deported, immigration. Let them handle that. That's not your fight. But we got people getting on this internet, right, saying that they're coming for you. Look, they detained black people. Y'all need to cut it out. And y'all need to never listen to these fools again. Because these are the people who are constantly selling fear. They want black people to be scared of something. And for once in American history, we are not the target.
Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T Gently, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to see y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show.